I have the habit to worry, even if worry is not necessary, I still worry. And every time I feel the worry coming up, I know that happiness is not possible. I would like to ban worry away, to remove it. Sometimes they call me Mr. Worry, Madame Worry. Because I used to worry, I am used to worry a lot. And I know that when I worry, I cannot get in touch with the wonders of life. I cannot be happy. So I get angry at my worry. I don't want it. But worry is part of us. And that is why when our worry come up, we have to know how to handle it nicely, peacefully, because it is possible to handle our fear, our worries peacefully. And you can do it if you have the energy of mindfulness. If you want to have the energy of mindfulness, practice mindful breathing, practice mindful walking, and you have the energy of mindfulness in order to recognize and embrace tenderly your worry, your fear, or your anger. When your baby suffers and cried, you don't want to punish your baby, because your baby is you. You don't want to hit your baby. You don't want to throw your baby outside by the window. No. Your fear, your anger is your baby. Don't imagine that you can throw it away by the window. Don't try to do violence to your anger, your fear, your worries. The practice is to recognize it. Oh, my baby, I know you are there. I will take good care of you. Continue to practice mindful breathing, mindful walking. And with that energy generated by the practice, you recognize, you smile to it, you embrace it very tenderly. And this is a non-violence. This is the practice of non-violence directed to your worry, your fear, your anger. If you are angry at your anger will be multiplied by 10 times to angry at your anger. This is not very wise. With anger, you suffer already a lot. And if you get angry at your anger, you suffer much more. That is why it's not wise to get angry at your anger. The real practice is to recognize your anger that is coming up, to smile to it as tenderly as you can. Good morning, my dear little anger. I know you are there. I will take good care of you. The baby is not pleasant when it cries and it kicks. But you, as a mother, you have to pick it up very tenderly and hold the baby very tenderly into your arms. And the tenderness of the mother will begin to penetrate into the body of the baby. And if you continue for a few minutes, the baby will feel better and the baby may stop crying. Your anger is your baby. Your worries, your fear is your baby. You should know how to take care of your baby. You should not try to punish the baby or ban the baby. We have to learn how to handle our emotions, our feelings. And without the basic practice, namely the practice of mindful breathing, mindful walking, mindful cooking, mindful tea drinking, you have no way to generate the energy of mindfulness. It is that energy of mindfulness that helps you to recognize your pain, your sorrow, and help you to embrace it tenderly. And after having embraced your pain, your sorrow tenderly for a few minutes, you feel a relief. And your baby can agree to be quiet. And now you can enjoy the beautiful sunrise. Now you can allow yourself to be nourished by the beauty, the wonders of life around you and inside of you. This is a very basic practice. And you should be able to do it, to master the practice. Sometimes we cannot do it alone because we are just beginners. We have some mindfulness, some concentration. But our mindfulness and concentration are not strong enough to hold our baby that is huge, a big baby. That is why we need the Sangha. The Sangha is a community. And we can borrow the energy of the Sangha. Because the Sangha whose members are practicing is generating the collective energy of mindfulness. The collective energy, the group energy is strong. And if you know how to borrow it, you'll be strong enough to hold your baby and not to be overwhelmed by the suffering. This is very important. That is why in the Buddhist tradition we speak of taking refuge in the Sangha. When you throw a rock into a river, no matter the rock, how small the rock is, it will sink into the bottom of the river. Every rock will sink. But if you have a boat, you can keep many kilos of rock floating. You can even keep tons of rock floating. The same is true here. If you are alone, you may sink with your suffering into the river of suffering. But if you have a Sangha, a community of practice, and if you allow the Sangha to embrace your pain and your sorrow, you will float. You will not sink into the river of suffering. This is very important. When you are in a Sangha like this, you allow the pain, the fear, the sorrow to be recognized and embraced by the Sangha. You are borrowing the collective energy of the Sangha in order to recognize, embrace your pain. Dear Sangha, please see my pain. Please help me to embrace the pain, the sorrow, the fear in me. And you can survive, you can float. And many of us have profited from the collective energy of the Sangha. And if you see that the Sangha is precious, is crucial in your practice, when you go home, try your best to set up a group of people practicing with you. And everyone will profit from the group. That is your boat. You need a boat in order to float. Sangha building is very important. In Plum Village, we do nothing except Sangha building. Everything is dedicated to Sangha building. Cooking, cleaning, sitting, walking, everything is for the sake of Sangha building. Because the Sangha can be the refuge of many, many, many people. If the Sangha is solid, is happy, is mindful, and then many people can come and take refuge so that they can transform the suffering, their fear, their anger. When you practice well, you become your own refuge. You become the refuge for your beloved one, for your family. And you can transform your family into a Sangha, into a refuge. And other people can come and take refuge in your family.